Well, it sure seems like Donald Trump's cabinet nominees are meeting with very little blowback from Republicans. One man's silence does have Team Trump privately panicked, as you're about to see in our revealing video today. It is indeed the absence of Mitch McConnell's gurgle of approval or chortle of endorsement that has Trump and Tulsi Gabbard in a wait-and-see mode this week. Now, as Trump descends on our nation's capital for his inauguration, and sidebar, do you find this footage just as comforting as I do? God, it's like Darth Vader. Well, as Trump descends on our nation's capital for his inauguration, not everything is going as planned. He won't be facing adoring crowds lining the streets, for example.
President-elect Trump's swearing in is moving indoors.
It is expected to be the coldest inauguration in 40 years.
Temperatures will be right around 19, 21 degrees.
With the wind chill, it'll feel like 4 degrees. The various dignitaries and guests will be brought into the Capitol, Trump says. But there's limited space, and for a guy who prides himself on drawing big crowds, that's gotta be a huge disappointment.
You do have to wonder what's going through Donald Trump's mind, because we know how he is about his crowd sizes.
Trump will stay warm, flanked as he will be by the three men who could probably collectively end hunger before their next quarterly stockholder Zoom call.
Big-name billionaires are lining up to strengthen their relationships with incoming President Donald Trump during next week's inauguration festivities, as top dogs like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and more are expected to turn up in Washington, D.C. The world's three wealthiest people are set to attend. Amazon founder Jeff Bezos and Meta's Mark Zuckerberg will reportedly be seated together on the inauguration dais alongside Elon Musk, the Tesla CEO, world's richest person, and presidential confidant who spent over $250 million to help Trump win November's election.
And while there'll be plenty of celebrating this week, there will also be a serious play in Congress as more of Trump's appointees face scrutiny, especially Tulsi Gabbard, who is seen as maybe the one cabinet pick more vulnerable than the others.
Any concerns your hearings aren't on the calendar yet?
I'm working closely with Senator Cotton.
Do you have an estimate as to when it might be on the calendar?
Senator Cotton can answer that.
Are you confident that you have enough votes to be confirmed?
Senator Cotton can answer that. I'm focused on continuing to meet with senators as we continue to go through this process.
You're confident it's going to be scheduled eventually?
Yes.
And so the thinking goes, as you're about to see, that if a certain senator wags his waddle the wrong way, well, it could open the floodgates for other Republicans to buck Trump's appointees. Well, as Stephen Newcomb elaborates here on CNN.
Okay, and also top of mind for the incoming president is seeking confirmation for, his cabinet. We all witnessed confirmation hearings last week, but you recently wrote a piece for Axio where you say Trump's team is worried, that former GOP leader Mitch McConnell's silence, particularly on Tulsi Gabbard, could spell trouble for her path with the nomination for Director of National Intelligence. What more can you tell us on that?
Yeah, I think of all the nominees that Trump has sort of pending in the Senate, I think Democrats have sort of zeroed in as Gabbard as the most likely to be able to be sunk. But while the odds may not be great, we know that the Trump transition team has been nervous. The Gabbard team has been nervous about the silence. Leader McConnell, both publicly and privately, has been silent and has not tipped his hand either way. And the thinking is that if Mitch McConnell comes out and is no vote on Tulsi Gabbard, that might open the floodgates for some more moderate Republicans to also buck the president-elect. So that is certainly a space to watch for Senate Republicans and for the president-elect.
All right. Stephen Newcomb, great to see you. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
To protest Trump's first inauguration. I just did not want to sit home and friend in front of the TV She said, I wanted to feel like our movement still has energy and be around others who felt the same. Timothy Venis, 58, flew in for the inauguration from Pocatello, Idaho with friends. The group had tickets to watch the ceremony outside but have not been able to get tickets to any of the indoor events. We found out on the plan, he said about the changes of plans. When he said he was disappointed about the switch and little Bim used since he is used to be cold at home. We left snow to come here, he said. I brought my gloves. Meanwhile, Trump said Saturday he is preparing to roll out a series of